Alright guys, so row 1 for the bottom portion, I just put 42 single crochets around for that first row. So now round 2 we are going to chain up 2 and we will be working double crochet. So we will do a double crochet into each stitch around, okay? So you should have 42 double crochet at the end of this round. So just simply work double crochet and you understand that it should pretty well work itself out. When you're having to make your stitches like we just did, by the time you work the next row like we're doing now, those stitches that you just made, where they seem a little bit uneven, by the time you make this next row, it tends to work itself out. So don't be too alarmed about that. As long as you try to keep them pretty much all straight and as even as possible, everything should work out. So it should work itself out here with this row. So you just double crochet around, and if I seem like I'm going a little too fast for you, you can always hit that pause button. But with nothing more than double crochet going on here, I just will whiz right through this row here while we're talking. But so yes, this is a very simple pattern, and I have several people in my group also that was very excited that I was actually doing a boot cuff. So these are still fairly new out there. There's still pattern writers and designers that are getting these out there, and they're very simple to write, and I was going to write my own, but with everything that I'm doing now, I just don't have much extra time for a lot of pattern writing, so just thought I'd show you one that was already up. So once you get around, you should have a total of 42 double crochet. So you will join up to that chain 2. So if yours looks like this, it should pretty well have evened out for you. Okay, so now row 3, what you're going to do is chain up 1, and for the next couple rows, all you're going to do is alternate these 2 rows. So now for this row, you're just going to single crochet around. Not hard. So you will now just single crochet in each one of these double crochets. So you will work a single in each double, and nothing more, nothing less. Like I said, a boot cuff is, unless you get into a more detailed one, there are a lot of them that are made with a bobble or a puff stitch, which are pretty much as technical as I've seen most of them get. Other than that, these are very simple to make. You can make them as long as you want. You know, if you want to make them longer, make them longer. If not, then, you know, this is about the average length that they go. And they're very easy to make. So, like I said, I'm making this pair for my daughter, Emily. She's been waiting very patiently, but she has a long list of items that she wants me to make her, so I figure kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I make them into a video and then making her items as well. So once you get around, you just slip stitch into that chain 1, and that's your single crochet row. Now for the next row, which is 4, your row 4, you're going to chain back up 2, and this is another double crochet row, so you'll go all the way around for row 4. And row 5 is just a single crochet row. So row 4, you'll do double crochet all the way around, and row 5 you'll single crochet. So for the next 2 rows, you're just going to do the same thing we did. Okay, So this next row is a double crochet, and then for the next row is a single crochet, okay? So I will join you back for row 6. Okay, so go ahead and do the next 2 rows. So double crochet, then single crochet, okay? And I'll meet you back up at row 6. Alright guys, I have completed row 5 now. So now row 6, you're going to chain up 2, and we are going to do one more row of double crochet. So let's just do that one together. So we will do a double crochet row once again here, and then we will start actually doing a little decreasing. You won't do a lot of decreasing here because all you're going to do is enough decreasing to just keep that boot cuff from sliding down the leg. You don't want it to be real snug, but just enough to keep it in place. Because once it's around the pants leg and the sock, if you wear boot socks also, then that's also going to help keep it into place. So this was a very simple project, and you can add your own embellishments, and these are really cool. And I told Emily, I said, Emily, this is something that you could have done. Because she can actually chain and she can single crochet, so told her if I could get her to understand how to do the double crochet and slip stitch, she could have it made. Because she likes all these new exotic wood crochet hooks her daddy makes. I said, well, you can have one if you learn to crochet. So she just laughs at me. Alright, so we're just about around. So you should still have a total of 42. Okay, and then you're just going to slip stitch into the top, and now you should be done there. So it's going to look wider at the top for just a little bit. So now round 7, you will chain up 1, and you're going to single crochet into that same space. And now you're going to do a single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to skip the next, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 4. So skip the next one and single crochet in the next 4. And that's our form of decrease for this project. So you want to skip the next one, single crochet in the next 4. Okay, skip the next and single crochet in the next 4. Skip the next, single crochet in the next 4. Skip the next and single crochet in the next 4. Skip the next, and then single crochet in the next 4. Skip the next, single crochet in the next 4. And then what you'll do is skip the next, and then you'll single crochet in the next 4. My last one's tight. Well, I actually only have 3. Oh well, that's okay. So you will slip stitch into the first one there, Yeah, I shorted myself a stitch. That's alright. It's not really that big of a deal on this type of project. Hopefully you guys didn't short yourself a stitch like I did. So slip stitch into the first one. Row 8, you will do a chain 2, and you will half double crochet in the next stitch and each stitch around. Okay? So you'll do a half double crochet in each stitch around. Alright, so I will let you do that. So half double crochet in each around, and I'll meet you back up for rows 9 and 10, and we will add the buttons and finish this off. Alright guys, I completed round 8, so round 9 is you're just going to chain up 1, and you're just going to do a single crochet row to finish this project up. So we will single crochet around, and don't do that too tightly because this single crochet round can tie things up, meaning finishing it off and it can make it a bit tight at the top. So you don't want to make it super tight, so keep it a little loose. So now if you've got your buttons or your ribbon or whatever you're choosing to decorate this with, or if you chose to decorate it at all, it's your choice. That is an option. And I love buttons. I think the bigger the better in that case. So we're almost around. So let's slip stitch, join that now. Leave yourself a tail so you can join that up. And then just weave your ends in. And if you had any from earlier, just weave those in also. So we can go ahead and get rid of all those. And I sometimes take mine through the bottoms, or not the bottoms, but down a little bit further, because sometimes they tend to come loose from around the edging. Okay, and now you can turn it inside out. Now, and then this one, and this one. So now what we're going to do, let's turn it this way, is we're going to put the buttons on, just the same as we did the other one. Actually, we're going to put this towards the back. So let's do them just like this. So that one's done. So now all you're going to do, make sure you don't go through to the other side. Put it up as even as you can get it. Let me get it on the right side here. And then you're just going to go through with your needle, leaving yourself a tail so you can tie. And just work it in and out with whatever color you're using. And I generally make about 3 passes because you don't have to super glue these things in. So there's one pass. there's 2. And this is the 3rd one, which will be plenty. And then I'll show you how to go directly to the other button. You don't even have to disconnect your yarn. As long as you cut your piece of yarn long enough to do so, you don't have to disconnect your yarn. So see, that button is really stable. You know, sometimes people sew buttons to death and waste a lot of yarn. So now grab your little one, or whatever you're doing, and just keep your, and my yarn, there we go, it's still on there, I thought it was gone. Place it, and keep this threaded here, and just go directly to the next one. No need to disconnect that yarn. And then you're just going to make your 3 passes here as well. And not to mention, that gives both of your buttons extra security, because they're also not only are they just connected to your project, they're also connected to each other. Okay. So that's 2 passes. And that's 3. And then all you do is go into the back and just loop through there and pull that through, and that's very simple to do. And then you just thread that yarn through a couple times and knot it up. Simple to do. Learned that when I was maybe 8. Cut that off. And then you have your boot cuffs. Ta-da! Beautiful, beautiful set. So Emily is going to be happy when she comes home from work today. Alright, so again guys, that's all there is to making a simple pair of boot cuffs for the winter. You can use any type of wool. You can use you can use a heavy any type of really thick, heavy yarn to do this as well. Just watch your hook sizes. So these are very versatile and forgiving patterns, so just work with it, and hope you guys enjoyed this pattern. And until next video guys, happy hooking!